to start a through hike of the Tahoe Rim Trail. I gotta actually hike about a half mile uphill to get to the trail itself. I'll be back here in about a week, so this should be fun. Excited to walk around Lake Tahoe. All right, came down the side trail to really nice view of the lake here. Kind of get an idea for how big it is. So, pretty cool. Some clouds moving in, still pretty windy. It's like a storm is going on over there. All right, so about 7 miles in. Well, I guess if you include a couple of the side trips I did, and then the half mile from the parking lot, and the temperature is just absolutely plummeted. I don't know if you can see behind me, but it's definitely about to rain. So I was gonna go another like 3 this evening, but I think I'm just gonna set up the first flat spot I see. It's almost 7, and I would like to not get soaked out up here, so we'll see. I haven't seen a good place to camp in a little bit, so yeah, we'll see. Yep, it is snowing. Look at that. Look at that. That is crazy. Let's close up this storm door here. All right, I gotta close this door. It is coming down. All right, so safely in my tent right now. I was gonna go another couple more miles. There was supposed to be a camp spot with a nice view of the lake. I was gonna just kind of enjoy the sunset was the plan, and it decided to snow instead. So there's a climb up from the road. Temperature started to plummet close to the top, and this storm that I could see from across the lake on the western mountains on the other side of the lake obviously blew in. So yeah, it's snowing and sleeting and raining right now. So really glad I stopped to get the tent set up, because yeah, I would have gotten cold for sure. So now I'm just nice and dry in my tent, and was hoping obviously to not have to eat like in and around my tent. Had a little bit of a gap with the food I packed out. Kind of got out of the packaging, so I got like some peanut butter and like some Subway sauce on like the outside of my bear bag, which is not good. So just gonna kind of try to stay dry here in the tent. Really glad I upgraded to this Z-Packs tent with Dyneema composite fabric, because it is not absorbent at all. The snow and ice and stuff is just kind of bouncing off of it, and I'm staying dry, at least for now. So kind of just I think still in the beginning phases of this storm. So we'll see.
All right, struggling to get up this morning because it's so cold, and yeah, definitely some snow on the ground this morning. Cool little dusting of snow this morning, June 13th.
All right, first kind of summit up here, just insanely beautiful. All right, so I meant to show you my food before I started the trail yesterday, but I forgot, and then I was going to do it at camp, and then I got snowed on last night. So here's my food: salt and vinegar chips. Just started doing those recently. Those are really nice. Nor rice side. We'll see how that cold soaks. Ramen. 2 dinners that I made, and then 1 cold soaking right now. I just had couscous, and I let it cold soak for maybe an hour and a half, and it was a little bit al dente, so I need to let that soak a little bit longer. But then Snickers, some electrolyte tabs, Nature Valley bars. I picked up these Luna protein bars, so they're kind of chewy. And then 2 mini Cliff bars, and then picked up a thing of allspice. I had Old Bay, then just wanted something different. Peanut butter gotta have, and then olive oil, which actually froze last night, so that's why it's looking so weird. So hope that's helpful. All right, we're up here about 9,000 feet, kind of northeast side of Lake Tahoe. just ridiculous. It's the first little snowfield, nothing bad at all. It's just been insanely windy. It's kind of driving me crazy a little bit. Alright, so I realize I never did an update here yet for day, I guess, 2 of Tahoe Rim Trail. It's just been insanely windy today. Anything that's on like the lake side, anytime I have a view of the lake, it's just insanely windy and it's cold. This morning, there's some ice in my bottles. We're really warmed up. I took my sweatshirt off for a little bit up like this one climb. I was starting to get a little sweaty, but then once you got above the tree line on the lake side, the wind was just ripping. And I put gloves on, put the sweatshirt back on, and just crazy wind. But it's so beautiful up there. Like, the views of the lake are just absolutely insane. Then alright, not many streams, but we've had a couple in the last couple miles, so don't really need water. It's been so cold, so there should be one a little bit later this morning that I'll get. Well, here's something I've never seen before. Thought I had a place to ditch some trash, but apparently not. Alright, so I started here and did all, and now we are here. And we're about to get up to about over 10,000 feet. There might be some snow up there, so we'll see how well that goes. Kind of a cool map here of the trail, so pretty neat. Alright, so on this climb here, we've run into quite a few of these snow drifts, and a little slippery, and they are not super well boot packed, but yeah, they're not too bad. It's just kind of hard to find the trail. This one's got plenty of footprints from people on it and stuff, so that makes it easier to kind of follow. Alright, summit of Relay Peak, just over 10,000 feet, but an insanely beautiful view of the lake from the, I guess, northeast part of the lake here. So it might be kind of sketch coming down, but we'll just be dropping in elevation the rest of the day, so hopefully get back on some cruisy trail. Alright, quick update here, day 3, Tahoe Rim Trail. I don't know if you can see the lake behind me, but absolutely beautiful. So this morning, the wind had finally died down, so it wasn't too bad by the time I got up, and I was moving probably before 6:30, so a little bit better than yesterday. And trail was nice. Then I get down to a road and a trailhead, and then you begin the climb up to Mount Rose, and there was quite a bit of snow. Still some big snow drifts, but fortunately the snow here is just like super firm, so despite like walking on drifts that might have been up to like 10 feet high, I was never punching through, so that was good. And I never really felt like I needed micro spikes or anything. There were no like really kind of sketchy like side hill spots or anything that I was kind of worried about. And then I was kind of worried about the other side coming down, but we're coming down right now on these switchbacks and it's like completely dry, so should be past the worst of the snow, and then it's pretty much just kind of cruisy downhill the rest of the day. So hopefully I can kind of make up some miles, because the snow did slow me down. There were a couple times where it like completely obscured the trail, and there were not a lot of footprints on the snow, so it was kind of hard to tell where to go. And then when I got to the top of Mount Rose, there was like this really steep like embankment of snow, so I just kind of like walked down the snow and kind of like cut off one of the switchbacks and then bushwhacked back down to the trail. It was maybe 0.2 of a little detour around the snow, and then the ridge, you kind of climb up to this ridge and then you're on it for like a mile and a half, and that had quite a bit of snow, so there were like used trails from people walking around the snow drifts. And all the snow is, I guess, on the west side of the ridge, and then the east side is completely dry, so you just kind of skirted along the east side of the ridge, and it was totally fine. And then you get up to the top of Mount Rose, and then there are spectacular views of Lake Tahoe from the north. So, and just gonna enjoy the rest of the afternoon. We got the first water source, well, the first water system I'm gonna use in like 2 miles. And it's gonna be the first time I've used my Sawyer squeeze in like 100, maybe almost 200 miles of hiking, just with caches and faucets and bumping water off people. I haven't had to use it, but I'm about to very soon. So hopefully the water source is looking good. Oh, we got a little snowdrift here, but I could cut the switchback, but I really don't want to do that. I think the snow will be manageable, perhaps. I don't know. It does look kind of sketchy. We'll see. I'll walk out on it and get an idea. Alright, well, this looks kind of sketchy here, but there's good footprints with dirt in them, so that usually means there's a little bit more hold. So just gonna take it easy, be careful, hope we don't slip. This is just an absolutely stunning view of the lake from the north end. Alright, close to Tahoe City. Some fine views here. Pretty close to the lake right now, so that's kind of cool. Alright, so sitting outside this museum, of all places, in Tahoe City. I've had my power brick plugged in for almost 3 hours now. So much for the quick charge. But hopefully it'll be almost done soon. The 4th thing is blinking, so hopefully that's a good sign. I can get out of here and get a few more miles in for today. I already have about 15, so I don't know, hoping for another maybe at least 5 to 10. And I've eaten so much food, so we'll see how far I get. But it feels good to have a full belly. I got 2 sandwiches at the grocery store. There's like a deli there, and I got 1 to pack out for dinner tonight, so that'll be good. Then I had like a whole bag of chips and salsa from the grocery store and an apple, and then kind of started snacking on some of the sweets that I'm supposed to be packing out, like Snickers and Pop-Tarts, which is still kind of gross. But anyway, they didn't really have the bars I normally like at the grocery store, so trying some different things. Sick of them too quickly, and hopefully I'll be able to get enough calories today. Should hopefully catch up on any calorie deficit. There was an ice cream place like right across the street, but it was closed, and then there was another one like a half mile. And then I was like so dead set on wanting some ice cream that I walked the half mile down to get the ice cream. So gonna hang out here. It's been kind of a little chilly and overcast. It looked like a storm was moving in, but I just checked the weather and we should be good. So that's good. And then yeah, like I said, we'll get 5 to 10 for today and set up camp, and then probably just 2.5 more days left. There's only like 90 miles to go. So whatever I get today, and then that should only be 2.5 days, 90 miles for me. So we'll see what the snow levels are like.